Hello and welcome to the Imagine AI Live podcast. I'm your host for the event, Sharon Eek. We are here in New York City at Cornell Tech, and we have some very interesting guests. I have Tony and Laura with me. Welcome.
Hi,
Hi, good to see you again.
Likewise, yeah, we saw each other last in Vegas. It's nice to reunite here.
Yes.
We had to come all the way across the country to see each other.
That's right.
So please introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about the projects that you have going on.
I'm Laura Brugioni. I am the CCO of Nexartis. We are launching a network and a channel with our creator community.
Hi, my name is Tony Rose. You may know me on Twitter as DJ Squircle. Laura is known as Luna Vega. And these were our AI personalities we created. We first started experimenting with AI and created characters. Started to pretend to be those characters on Twitter.
Different personas.
Yeah, well, the AI didn't advance as fast as we thought it would in terms of these agents sort of coming to life and those kinds of things. So we turned them into our personalities for our podcast.
Awesome.
The AI music video show.
Which we got to attend one of your award shows in Vegas.
Yes.
It was amazing.
We had the Music and Video Festival. We had that in Las Vegas in March. It was a great success. We introduced the Rusty Buckets, our awards. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the Rusty Bucket. It was inspired by Ben Nash, who made a bunch of, I think he was the first person that I saw that made a band, AI band, and it was called the Rusty Buckets, and these robots dancing on stage to a rock band. And when we needed an award for the first annual AI Music Video Festival, we called Ben and said, hey, let's do the Rusty Bucket Awards. So,
and there you go.
There it is.
And it was born. So tell me a little bit about your backgrounds and how you ended up doing what you're doing today.
Well, I've been in tech. I studied computer science. I graduated in the middle of the .com boom. Because of my experience with getting online and how just transformative that was for me, I've always been inspired to just make my career about making that more accessible. And along the way, I've had a lot of fun projects. I helped build the SMS networks in the US. I led the architecture of Apple Pay, for the largest payment processor in the US. Then I got involved with a decentralized infrastructure, knowing that the internet wasn't finished. We need the ability to do things like payments peer-to-peer. We need the ability to do things like send a message peer-to-peer without Twitter or Facebook or someone in the middle of it. And we can do those things now. This is what the blockchain Web3 thing has been about. Then AI came along and we jumped in and wanted to keep up with it. And the music video show is one way just to stay on the bleeding edge through the festival. And once we started to build a creator community and build a large library of like really amazing content, we looked at the options in the world for, well, how do we monetize this? How do we build a business? How do we support our creator community? And the options today in the world were designed 20 years ago. YouTube, Twitter, all the social platforms, they're all platforms. They're not networks. They're not open in the way that we from Web3 think about open. And there's very limited economic alternatives. And so we decided to start a new company called Nexartis, focused on solving the problem of new media distribution and directly attributing not only the creative act to the person that did it, but the economic benefit to the person that did it. When we think about content in the world, and especially in the digital world, content can be a music video that someone made, but it can also be a carbon credit that a farmer somewhere who's following sustainable practices created. And that farmer should be recognized for that farmer's contribution to the economy, just like the music video creator. So the Nexartis technology is really about building ecosystems for human creators where we can attribute and then recognize their economic contribution.
And how about you, Laura?
So my background is very different from Tony's. I have a finance background and I've been in a community college setting for the last 20 years. When I met Tony, he started telling me about SSI and blockchain. I was learning a lot more and I'm like, why doesn't the rest of the world know about this? So we started on a project together. We did a student scholarship through Student Reader, which was a company that him and I founded. And from there, it's just kind of blossomed. We started, like you said, leaning into AI, looking at these videos. We were trying to do storytelling with AI and realized that the technology wasn't there yet. We heard about Ben Nash, the godfather of music videos.
Get over here, Ben. Get over here, Godfather.
We followed him, and he just brought us into this, world. Yeah, he introduced us to this world of like music videos, and it's just been an amazing journey since then. And we're very excited about what we're creating. Helping creators earn royalties and actually make a living from these from their creations is a huge step.
Yeah, Laura helps make sense of what I talk about because I'm so technical.
Translate that to the public.
Yes, yeah.
It's really hard to explain, especially when you get into like decentralized ecosystem building and networks of trust. These are concepts that even people who are deeply involved in those are still trying to figure out how to like reason about them, much less how do you actually do them. And so it was wonderful that we built the student scholarship project because we were able to put into production code that was these ideas a lot of people talk about, which is, well, how do you build a transparent treasury that can be directed towards students who are earning scholarships in a way that uses Web3 technology and uses digital identity? And so we built the system and we got it out in the world, and she's one of the world's leading experts in decentralized ecosystems. Through that experience, just the general idea of what is content and how do you attribute to the human creator value of that content, we're able to really have a strong partnership. And we're building a team. We've actually announced a partnership this morning with Tracksy.ai, who's another one of the Imagine AI family.
Awesome.
They'll be using our media ID suite to effectively take what were musical tracks, files on the internet, but it gives them, we're kind of figuring out how to describe it. I think about arming them, protecting them. So if you made that piece of media or that carbon credit, as it moves around the internet, it remembers who you are.
Yeah.
It can call back and tell who has it now that you were a part of that.
And how did you guys get connected to the Imagine AI community?
We heard about it through our good friend Marco, who's AI and design on Twitter. He introduced us to Steve. And this was in December when Imagine AI, I think, had just came out. And we had started the music video show weekly podcast. And we wanted to do something early in the year to bring the community together, to just, kick off the year with a bang, right? So you can go on to have an awesome year. So we just called up Steve and Chris and said, hey, we want to do a music video festival with you guys. And they were just so open to working with us, and it's been great. Yeah. So we met so many people in Las Vegas, and that's really helped propel our journey forward. Getting offline into the real world, meeting people in real life is so important.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Imagine AI conference in Las Vegas was really an excuse for us to be able to meet our creators as well.
Yes.
Because we have this, connection to them on Twitter, but it just doesn't seem real until you're in person and you got to actually touch and talk to that person.
Yeah.
So it was really, for me, it was more of an excuse to be able to meet all these great people in person.
Amazing. If there's someone out there watching who's thinking about attending the next Imagine AI live event, what would you say to them?
Oh, do it. Just do it. No, it's a great experience. You learn so much. You get to connect with people who are on the same journey you are, looking for the same answers you are. It's a great place.
What I really love about the Imagine AI experience and the ethos is it's for people. It's for real people solving real problems, whether in their day-to-day life at work or otherwise. I attended the AI business leaders meeting this morning, and they talked about using AI for personal development, and I learned a bunch of techniques for improving me so that I am better, as a business leader. And I was not expecting that, but it was very valuable. I got a lot out of it. So
you talked about networks and channels. So when is this channel going to go live? When are you launching? When can we see what you've been working on?
So we're currently in beta. So you can go to musicvideochannel.ai. And the way it's going to work, we're launching a fall program. So September, October, November, it's 2,130 hours. We're going to have one video stream and focus the community's energy around building the future of a casual entertainment, maybe casual infotainment community TV watching experience. And we're doing storytelling workshops in August. And the way it works is every month there's a treasury. So all the subscription revenue, contributions go into the treasury. It's immediately converted into a USDC, which is a globally regulated stable coin. And what that means is that we can settle the treasury to the creators at the end of the month. So we just did our first settlement for our beta period, and Dan Dawson, who's made a really cool video, earned $4.81. But what he said was, this is the happiest money I've ever made.
Yeah.
And that still gives me goosebumps to now. So we're very excited about the fall launch, and we want to encourage the community to just lean in, come with us. If you miss MTV, we have it back. But what could MTV be now? We all have the memories of sitting on the couch with our friends and having a great time. It wasn't too serious. We had a good experience, and it was a communal sort of experience. And I think online digital media, we're sort of moving away from community experiences. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we can have other kinds of directions media goes also. It doesn't have to be all about short form. And this is what we're working on, is how do you return more long form back? Because that brings people together to enjoy it together, talk about it tomorrow together. And so that's really what we're about, is building this first channel. And because people can create this media, one of our hypotheses is that it won't really take a large number of creators to build a streaming channel for their community. And those creators could be having a profession, having a career, creating content, information for their community. That's what we're going to be launching in September, is the first one. And we imagine a world a year from now where there's thousands of video channels built by thousands of communities around the world, powered by a little layer of technology that we're making available.
At the next event, I'm sure we'll sit down again. We'll get to hear updates about your project. We're super excited about that. And thank you so much for sharing that with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
That's one small step for man.